Everyday superpower. We talk body language, relationships, game, and everything in between. Okay, we're gonna have a ramble and a rave. Please, please, please stay with me until the end because there's gonna be some good game for you to consume and apply, and at the very least, have a good think about. Let me read my note. If you want to be unforgettable, let me hypnotically enhance that message. If you want to be unforgettable, yes, if you want to be unforgettable, allow your subconscious to absorb the message within the sentence that you want to be unforgettable, then you need to distance yourself from the crowd. Not through doing things better than them. No, not through participating in the rat race and trying harder and making more money for your boss and for supporting the system better than everyone else and getting your just deserves from all of that. No, you must find independence and detach. You have to be lonely as hell. You have to understand that the system that society operates within serves no purpose for 99% of people within that space. It's meant to break you down. It's meant to devalue you. It's meant to confuse you. It's meant to give you problems so it can serve you solutions. If you want her to see you as valuable, more valuable than the next man, who's got this, that, and the third, but still abides by the rules and regulations set by the system, you need to opt out. I'm not playing that game no more. I'm on my own path. And guess what's on the path that you're going to take? Guess what's on that path? There's no lights, it's dark. You don't know what's on that path. It's darkness. There's no street lights. It's dead. You have to go off into that darkness, find yourself through the process, trip and fall on your face, potentially fall off of a cliff. And you're going to have life. You're going to have a broadening of horizons. You're going to cancel your subscription to the mundanity of being a slave. Imagine working a job to spend that money on a Versace t-shirt to impress people. Imagine working for someone you hate, in a job you hate, to go home and watch television that is programmed to break you down and subconsciously influence you into being a lesser person, and waste your time as you consume and don't create, because these schools create of you a memory. Just memorize this, memorize that. Don't think. Don't question the status quo. Don't ask the questions I don't want to answer because I don't know. I just know the curriculum. Just memorize this information. Just like every other fucking person is memorizing this information. Memorize the television program. Memorize the documentary that's been shown on Netflix, on Channel 4, on ITV. Just memorize this, and then memorize the podcasts, memorize the Joe Rogan Experience and that cool guy who's on promoting his book, and buy his book and participate in the slop and sewage of society, yeah? Buy the 48 Laws of Power. It's a bestseller. It's gonna get you where you want. You need to observe the world through the lens of extreme reality. Everyone's got their own perception of reality. So I think it's about time you start removing the shit and the obstacles they've put in your way, right? And arguably, you're actually going to take the way that has even more obstacles, so you're fucked either way. But that way, at least you're choosing to take them obstacles on yourself, and those problems you're giving yourself. You're not having somebody else give you them problems. That problem isn't a 9 to 5 that doesn't promote you. Oh, I work ever so hard in this job and they don't give me a promotion. I'm getting the top numbers. Yeah. Why would they promote you? You're doing the best job in that particular position. It's bad business to promote you. I'll give you a pat on the back, a carrot on the stick. Oh, I'm going. How many of your friends say, oh, I'm going to get promoted, I'm going to get promoted? And let's say it ever does happen. What do you get? £1.50 an hour more. There's people in this world with hundreds of billions of assets. And you're in belief that that £1.50 additional is of value. Stop abiding by the principles and boundaries they and society set you. Disconnect from it. Disconnect from it. And you will be able to approach the world with such a story, with such a broadened horizon, a perspective, a manner of authority, audacity, of tutorship to those who want to listen, i.e. the women in your life, that they won't be able to help but follow. Oh, but I've been training to be a nurse and all this and that. Yeah, what books are you reading? The same books as everybody else? More than likely. You're not taking your own path. You're not educating yourself through a realm which is abnormal. And do you know why you're not doing that? Because you'd be a problem if you did. If you were a doctor and you learnt about alternate medicines, you would be a problem to the system you reside in. So you have to continue poisoning the people. You have to operate in the structure you've applied to being. And you may have that perceived position of authority and knowledge, but for those who shine the torch on the general populace, for that minute number, that minute demographic, that one who chose the path alone, we see you for what you are. Everything's against you and your people. So opt out of this system to the best of your capabilities. Do you know when people call it a matrix and this and that? They'll say it's a matrix and you can opt out, buy my course. Pay attention. Pay attention. How they take you from left to right. They fragment your emotions, such as when you're scrolling through your phone. And you get, oh, good news. Oh, shit. War. Oh, death. Oh, that's a cool car. They hypnotize, mesmerize, and fuck your head up to then sell you a product. Because you're malleable. You're in a confused state. Stop supporting it. And then when you engage in conversation, the men won't see where you're coming from. And the women will be magnetized. Because they'll see an independent man. And they have never met an independent man in their entire life. I assure you that. They have never met an independent man. Ever. 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 That man's always been in support of other men. Oh, I'm not going to build and live and learn. I'm going to Watch the football with the boys. Oh, did you hear what Mark did at the weekend? Oh my God. Oh, I'm going to participate in the destruction, the promotion of the destruction of my own people. It's culture, right? It's British culture. It's English culture. They're coming over here and taking the pubs away from us. I can't drink myself to death anymore. And I want to fight it, but I allow my tribalistic hardwiring, my love for my people, my defensive mechanism to be expressed and manifest through the supporting of a football team, as opposed to looking over and after the children and women of my own country. Look at society. Am I wrong? Or am I right? Or am I right? Or am I right? Eh? The woman represents the darkness. Yin to the yang. You represent the light. You are the light bearer. You are the light of the world. You were made in God's image. Everyone's scared of being on the street. Everyone's scared of, and I'm talking to you, right? You're gonna say, oh well, it's easy for you to say, I need a wage, I need to pay rent, I need to do blah 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 blah. I come from fuck all. I come from fuck all. I got no safety net from here till infinity, and I prefer it that way because you can't take the other path. You can't submit yourself to the mundanity of a colourless existence when you have started to embrace the beauty of resistance. Dorian Yates, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Frank Zane, Ronnie Coleman. Did they have to go through resistance to create the strength and the mass of muscle and the incredible, unbelievable silhouette of the man that once was? They had to put themselves through strain. They had to put themselves through injury. They had to live and learn and progress. You who are into body game, I need a good body. Women like good bodies. I project myself and my own self-worth onto that woman. So I think women want a good pair of biceps and a big chest, and I just bench press every day. Right? How many of your friends are doing that? Not many. They get bored, they get tired, they get sick, they go home and watch Love Island and eat shite, and then go to work depressed, and then repress that depression, pretend they're not depressed, and when they're off work, they go drink that life away. Friday night pissed, Saturday night pissed, Sunday hungover, back to work. The cycle continues. The hamster continues running in the wheel. Is that admirable for a woman? Is that admirable? Does her biology, her ancestry for generation to generation to generation to generation, is that rooting of passed down information and hardwiring not in perception of the weakness of your masculine identity when you live such a life? Or is the reality of such her reptilian brain, her mammalian brain, both hemispheres of her human thinking neocortex when it's actually engaged and she's not being manipulated into living in her into her monkey, which is what they want you to do, to continue reacting in this suppressed, low frequency, ape-like state, regressed outside of your logic and into your emotional feminine state. Do you not think she wants a man who represents whom her ancestors found worthy? Society tells her that you are outcasted, that you're odd, that you're weird. But her wiring doesn't. The underlying wiring that comes before the societal engineering, the femininity that's attracted to the masculinity, is going to be drawn to you when she understands the risks, the trials, the fathoms of intellect you have developed. Each and every day you go against the grain. You distance yourself from the next man who's just participating, taking the path of everyone else. Imagine 10 days' time. Imagine how different and how unique and how much identity and how much character you would have in 10 days' time in relation to him. And he represents 99% of men. Does he not? Oh, well, he's a decade older than me. And he's been promoted in his company twice. You know, he gets paid well and he's got a nice BMW. What does it mean? It's irrelevant. It's irrelevant. Have a conversation with him. See what he does. He goes to work. He comes back. He puts the television on. Gets hypnotized. Consume, consume, consume. You create. Like God himself, you create. And when you engage with women, they will find something in you they don't find with them. And that's a higher degree of vibration, a spiritual cooperation. They will see you radiate like the halo that is represented behind those who are of spiritual stature in the Renaissance artworks of the most amazing, prolific painters of the olden times. You can become a classical figure given that you develop an identity. They don't want you having identity. They don't want you having culture. They want you to be but brain dead. See it for what it is. Do your thing and be the Pied Piper as to which the women will follow. You're not leading no kids to their deaths. You're going to be a very legitimate, professional, pimping Pied Piper, alright? What more needs to be said? I'm signing out. Click like and subscribe. Peace.